What do you feel about the cost of materials these days on all things? Cost of materials on PDO? Do you think it's affordable? Botox, fillers, all of those things, PRP?
Wow, don't get me started, but, I feel like filler neurotoxins have went through the roof, and if you talk to anyone who does them, they're gonna tell you the same thing. The price has went through the absolute roof on those items. So, PDO threads is so much more inexpensive than those things. When you're talking the average cost of filler being at the low line being 250 to up to 5 or $600 a tube, depending on what you're picking. You're for 1 ml, by the way, just 1 ml, and they have very large minimums now that you have to order with filler. It's very, very expensive to get into it. It's expensive to be trained on it, and it's expensive. People get into it because it's been around for so long that general public don't know to ask for anything else. So it's our job as providers to tell them other things that they can do that are safer, that might give them a better result at a more economical price. Um, and as far as that goes, I believe that they can all be used in combination. I do a lot of combination therapies. I will do threads. I might use a little bit of filler. The one thing about threads, it's not going to give you anything you didn't have before. So if you never had nice, luscious lips, we're not going to give that to you with threads. If you didn't have a nice round apple to your cheek, we're not going to give you that with threads. We can manipulate the fat pad to push what you had back up, but we can't give you something you didn't have before. So if I need something else to round that out, I might have to use a little filler after I have done my lifting with the threads. And that is a value to your client because where you may have had to use, let's say, it's not unusual to use 4 tubes, which is 4 mLs of filler on a client who has got a lot of tissue loss. And you're looking at cost to the client. Let's say they're using a Galderma type product or a Juvederm type product. The average cost for one syringe is around $300, and that's average, for a good filler. So you're looking at a cost of around $1,200 just in the filler. That's not your time. So once you add in your time and your cost of filler to the client, and that only lasts, 8 or 9 months. It's not meant to last for a length of time. When that filler dissolves, their skin is not any healthier than it was before we started working on it. You're back to ground zero, exactly what you had. So you have to keep it up. The use of threads to help lift and make the skin and tissue healthier allows you to use less filler. So it's a more long lasting result for the client. The client, when the threads dissolve, they're not back to ground zero. The skin's actually healthier than when they started. And if you have to use a filler with it, then it's going to retain the filler longer because the overall face is healthy. So sometimes it's just common sense when you're looking at a client and trying to address their need. So